Better part of 2018 convincing him that the beaches of Southern California are a better place than the slopes of Mont Tremblant. In December 2018, Marko signed on to join Clock Tower Group as our chief strategist. In 2019, he crushed it. In January 2020, I said, "Marko, that was great, but now it is time to take the training wheels off," and made him write this book. I've written 2 books about global macro and was halfway through writing my third, the final installment in my trilogy. Contract was signed, chapters were in the can, and an advance was paid. Halfway through, the world changed. It was time to pass the ball to the big man in the middle. Marko took the pass and ran with it. Like his childhood hero Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, he approached this book with insane focus. He wrote chapters faster than I could read them. He did this all while producing reports and talking to clients, seeds, founders, and partners, on top of a torn ACL meniscus, which he ignored, working from home and homeschooling his 3 kids due to COVID-19, Mamba style. Marko has a lot to say about this brave new world that revolves around politics and geopolitics. People deserve to hear it, not just Clock Tower clients and friends, but anyone who wants their eyes opened to the invisible barriers that dictate the future. In Geopolitical Alpha, Marko models how to make well-researched, actionable forecasts using his constraint-based framework. Along the way, he gifts you, the reader, with funny stories, anecdotes, and historical examples coupled with invaluable insights on relevant geopolitical trends, the state of U.S.-China tensions, the future of Europe, the implications of the COVID-19 pandemic, U.S. elections, and other schisms that will drive world markets. I hope you learn and enjoy. You're welcome. Stephen Drobny, CEO and founder of Clock Tower Group, author of Inside the House of Money and The Invisible Hands. March 2020, currently under shelter-in-place order in Malibu, California. Introduction. The German president just resigned. Was selling everything. This is it. It's May 31st, 2010, and Horst Köhler, the president of Germany, has resigned. I saw the news flash across my inbox in one of the hundreds of news items that I skimmed every morning, but I ignored it. I had triaged it, along with most articles that day, for the sake of sanity. I thought it was irrelevant. Several hours later, I stare at the Polycom in the middle of the boardroom at Stratfor, the Austin, Texas-based geopolitical analysis firm that gave me my first job. My decision to ignore this one news item is about to cost me that first job. The knot in my stomach has knots. The saleswoman whose client, a large Connecticut-based hedge fund, is on the line, bores a hole in the side of my head with her gaze. I almost hear her thinking, "Oh my God, this foreign kid is out of his depth." I have no idea why the German president resigned, or why it is market relevant to a hedge fund. I have only a vague idea of what a hedge fund is in the first place. I have no idea who the German president even is. By May 2010, the euro area sovereign debt crisis was already in full swing. The 2008 Great Recession had come and gone without the collapse of Western civilization, but things were still touch and go. People were on the lookout for the next shoe to drop. In October 2009, incoming Greek Prime Minister George Papandreou revealed that the previous government had massively underreported the budget deficit. Instead of 6.7%, the figure was 12.7%. Later revised to 15.4%. The shoe dropped. By December 2009, the greatest economic crisis in the developed world since the Great Depression was afoot. Nobody at my firm really cared. It was not the fault of the folks running the place. The firm was simply not designed to care about financial markets. For most of the past 3 decades, the investment and geopolitical communities rarely communicated, in part because they struggled to understand each other. They had become over-professionalized, erecting barriers to entry largely for job security, like medieval guilds. When the euro area crisis hit, my marching orders at the firm were not to spend too much energy on it. I was told to focus on U.S. ballistic missile defense in Europe and some other geopolitical matters that nobody outside the Beltway cared about. We had no edge in covering capital markets. Few of the firm's analysts understood their own credit card statements. But as the firm's Europe analyst, it was impossible to ignore the evolving imbroglio. Not only did it flood my inbox with scary headlines and client emails,